Siapa Jati? Dia punya mic tak nak bekerjasama. Tadi dengar sekejap macam ada few words from you ni. Can you please keep quiet or I will eat you. You want me to eat you? Tak dengar lah Pijati. Oh, probably okay. You need to try to log out, log in. Sometimes, you know. Hello, yes.
So I am going to continue on my updated version of the slide.
Okay. Okay.
I've updated on the Jong sports. The components. There's actually three main components of the Jong, which is the hull, the sail, the outrigger, and its float. So the hull is made out of kayu bulai. It is you can get it from the kampung linting itself. And the timber for the construction, the timber needs to be dried 1 to 2 months prior of the construction, and usually people use soft and light wood for the construction. And for the sail, it requires fine-tuning refinement made to the shape of the sail. Usually they use stencil material, and sometimes the frame of the sail is made out of bamboo. Then the most underrated component of the Jong is actually the outrigger and its float. It helps to adjust Jong's weight during strong winds, so it wouldn't be terbalik. Then the tension of the outrigger all need to be balanced, carefully balanced. So basically, sometimes they would weight the outrigger with a lock, and also sometimes they would use bamboo sticks to weight the outrigger. And then I still am doing Arts and Craft Academy, where I would have a workshop, a gallery, and also a master class. My target user is children and young adults. This is to preserve the Jong game in the youth. I will have a crafting class, which offers a crafting cost of 10 packs per session, which will have hull carving and sizing.
The number in the bracket stands for the packs or the age?
The age, sorry. The age.
Age 10 plus until?
10 plus until 15.
10 plus until 15. And then another user is 20 to 30. What happened 15 to 20 to 19?
I think like 10 to 20 is considered as I think I will probably fix that.
Macam mana? Hilang pula Pijati ni. Aduh dah. Ya Pijati. Okay, saya komen terus ya kat sini. You ada target user, and your target user is into category which is children and young adults. Okay, and then children you put the age is 10 plus. But what is the class of the age from 10 until what age? You need to classify that. Because and then you need to tap back with your crafting class and sailing. Is for children 10 plus able to do the crafting? Or the crafting is only for a certain age?
For the children is for the sailing class. Usually the crafting class would be the
Terus saya tanya, you nak do the crafting class is only for those age 20 to 30, while there's a possibility for the teenagers from age like 13, 15 to learn about this crafting. During my time, I did learn crafting when I was in my school. I learn about this, all the ukiran and those things, buying the tools, do it on the wood, where you are capable to do that, so that you are injecting the interest in their, you know, in their mind, in themselves, and they are still young. And then you have the adults for the category. That is fine. It's just that I'm just questioning what happened to those fall under the gap of the age yang you tak nyatakan on this.
I write 10 plus is because children of 10 and above, because sometimes when they were a lot younger, they tend to not understand the class, so it will lose the point, I think.
Ya, I faham. Untuk 10 tahun tu memang dia tak boleh masuk crafting class. Tapi yang umur 15 tu dia boleh masuk.
I will specify it next time.
Okay, so you betulkan yang ini, you target user, it must come in 3 classes lah, 3 category. And then the crafting class for like, for example, 13 to 18 or 13 to 17, that will be like a beginner punya crafting class. And then for young adults, that will be a more serious way that it is called as a advanced class. And they will get some certificate or recognition on that. So probably for those who are enrolled in that crafting class and doing all this, they can become somebody, you know, as a master in this field. And then they get the certificate, and then probably boleh joint venture with the college community, Kejora, or any institution to provide some sort like recognition to them. Dia termasuk dalam seni lah, seni halus. Program seni halus. Baby Jati? He's there, he needs to refine sikit lagi on this part. Yeah?
So for the sailing class, we have just a lecture on history and theory, the setting up of the drone, and demonstration class where the skilled professionals will demonstrate the tips and tricks, and as well as a basic sail course. And then for the building program, I have refined all the.
Besides that, the program dah kat dalam yang you punya crafting tu, you should include in painting. Because sometimes you need to paint the craft, and then probably will come with a, you know, new branding of the, you know, new look for the joint itself. This is for modernization, to make sure that it is well inherit, and then it evolve together with the new generation.
For the office, I started off with the reception and lobby, and then we go to admin's office. It is for the Duta Jawhar, the client's office, and then academy's office and consultation rooms. This is where the interested students will come and have consultations on the courses offered. And then Master Crafter's office and Crafter's office is the lectures, and as well as meeting room and discussion room. Then for the gallery, I will be having a walkthrough gallery, tells about the historical and showcases some miniatures of the information desk where people could ask for information, and later where we can show the documentary movie of the dome itself, and as well as retail shop which we can sell the miniatures from our workshop to generate income for the building. And then for the workshop, as per the fraction of the dome, after you cut the timber, you will have to dry the timber for at least 1 month. I will have the equipment and machinery room to cut all the wood and drying area. And then woodworking area. This is the crafting of the hall will take place as well as the sale. And then finish room and display is the finishing touches room where it is dust free. It is for spraying and paint, as well as storage room for the materials, loading unloading area, and as well as refuel chamber to throw away all the scrap. And then for the masterclass, demonstration room for the sailing class, and then classroom 1 and 2 for lectures, and model making room, 2 model making rooms for the children, who take courses that will miniature model of the drones. Then also cafe, I have indoor and outdoor kitchen, a cold room and storeroom, area, chamber. This and room, and as well as services for MNE and TNB as per mentioned by you last time. So, for now, without the calls, I submitted over 1,157 positive submissions.
Okay. On this building program, kan, sebab saya, I don't really get it on how you run the classes. When they finish, is it like academy or what? Is it like a full course, a few semester, or how does it goes?
Every month they will offer a few courses, so it's a first come and first serve basis. So you will have to enroll on a course, and they will give out shadows for you based on the.
So it's a 1 month course. So do you think that within 1 month they can master all of it?
You will finish at least one jong per course. You would be able to achieve something from the course.
Yelah, faham. Yelah. But like I said lah, you kena design kan the course itself. Tadi kena design kan, is it ada beginner, intermediate, expert, and then when they graduate, that what kind of types of certificate they will get. Same issue with kawan-kawan you yang lain tu tadi. And then per courses, how many numbers, and then when look at over here is 20 kan, it's for a number of facts is 20 minus the lecturer is 19, so are you taking 19 students at one time? Then the lecturer tu macam mana, virtual? Zoom. You need to count in the lecturer as well. So it's 20 plus 1, kan? So it's 21. And then for the, when you have all these 20 in one classroom, let's say that both rooms is fully occupied. And then you have this model making room 1 and 2, where the number of facts is only 10%. So what happened to another 10 from each class?
Each course will occupy 10 facts. So sometimes the lectures can be combined of 2 classes. So I did it like that.
I think you really need to tabulate first the program secara detail yang you nak buat the course tu tadi. Sailing, can you go back to that slide? This one, this crafting class, what does it consist in this crafting class? You ada kat situ tapi dia tak tabulatekan dia dari segi macam mana you nak buat course tu. The level of you know, takkan pergi one time terus pandai. Dia tak pergi one time terus pandai kan? Dia mesti ada level dia kan? So takkanlah beginner pergi 4 weeks punya enrollment and then 4 weeks tu dia buat hari-hari ke? Or is it after class?
It's like after class.
What happened to the young adults? Teenagers punya program macam mana? Okay, Pijati, you are there, you have the things, it's just that you need to structure back on this part. You kena fikirkan balik. Boleh tak Pijati?
Boleh.
And then baru you come up with the building program tu balik, you detailkan semula. And then sebab you kena tahu this crafting class and then you kena tulis kat situ lah for crafting class, for sailing class. So kita clear, kita nampak the function of each classroom tu is for what. Let's say you have a concurrent program and the in that 1 month. You have one class for beginner, one class for intermediate and one class for expert. They are level 3. To complete it, all of it is 3 level, let's say. You assume that way. Okay? And then once you have done that, of course, kalau dia datang concurrent, it's just a weekly class, happen during the weekend. So how you want to accommodate three category, 3 levels of students in one class? Kan macam kita, you ada kita yang kita cerita ada student first year, second year and third year. Each of you kita akan guna pakai a different program and then a different module and then a different syllabus. So we cannot combine. Definitely that's why each one of you have a different studio for each year. So for the sailing class and then for the crafting class, what is the things yang dia akan belajar, all those things. Mungkin kat situ dia belajar on setempat sahaja. I mean on doing the body itself ataupun the first level is just on the sailing. Dia tak belajar lagi the carving. That is the things yang
Step by step.
Yeah. You cannot complete that dalam within one course. Oh, ada semua sekali. And then baru you boleh kategori. You kena faham the structure yang you nak buat ni dulu. Before you presenting, before you ceritakan kat orang. And then baru kita faham macam mana you nak buat the program. You have the idea already. It's just that you need kena betulkan sikit. You know the directions, you know cara kerja and so on. Okay? So, alright. Lagi Vijati?
I'm just going into my concept. So my concept is GRAVITATE. This is because I have a vision that the construction of this building is to preserve Jong activities. It's about crossing the finishing line that I will explain later and also make way for new possibilities. This relates to the Jong race as well as the purpose of the building. And the art of the game requires the Jong to reach the finishing line in between 2 posts. So if you are fast enough but you didn't exit the finishing line between 2 posts, you didn't consider as winning lah. And then racers must know how to gravitate their jongs towards the finishing line. The art of sailing jongs takes passion, knowledge, patience and skills. It's about the skills to gravitate the jongs to winning or success. And then I have tried to conceptualize the GRAVITATE idea through diagrams. So I started off with site zoning and orientation, where I tried to categorize the spaces into 3 because I have three main building programs, which is the gallery, the workshop, as well as the classes. And I maximized it according to site size. And it is positioned adjacent to one another while facing the main road as the main focus point or a focal point. Then I want to maximize the green surface area because the academy serves as a cultural catalyst between the city and nature by providing the in-between spaces. And then I would redefine the focal gravitation where the spaces would gravitate towards the point, which is also my agendas lokai, the river, the cultural activities, as well as the main road, while offering better views. So the 3 classes of building is now gravitated towards the focal point, and the orientation changed through the redefining the focal gravitation would allow the breeze to permeate deep into in between buildings, so it will cool down the building. So my final ideation of the building would be the something like this. Then for my prison study, I haven't really finalized that, but I've come on this one. It's the Center of Nuiga Environmental Design by Nurul Architect. It's actually in Northern Australia, finished in 2018. The place resembles a lot of our site actually, because it responded to the landscape where the center has two intriguing curved linear black forms. Um, the center also performs several functions such as exhibition, information center, and multi-purpose function for school groups. And then it has a long timber screen on the side that is facing the river to manage the afternoon sun. They actually use local recycled timber, and the timber screens were arranged in such a way that visitors could appreciate the river view. Also act as a shading device. The site, the river and the flood drought cycle become a core reference for generating the building form. So that it's actually on stilts because the area is, and lastly, the exhibition hall offers a unique flow of movement to catch an eye. I think like exhibition hall or gallery is quite
Okay, lagi Pijati, faster.
that's all.
All right. Okay, at the moment, I don't really have a problem with your concept. You're doing a gratitude. Then it's just that my problem is that on the structure of the building program, again, most of you have a problem with the building program. It is not well structured. And then I think it's too, you haven't thinking that on how you want to organize the courses, the things and so on. Okay. Can you please look back into that, and then probably from there, I believe it will affect your building programs in terms of the area, number of classes, how it goes, and so on. And also your problem is about with the target user. You need to detail up and then to explain detail what is the program fall under the category of children, for the teenagers and adults. Okay.
Right.
All right, Jati.
Thank you.
Welcome.
You can see it, right?
Yes.
All right. Okay, so I basically not really changed everything, but kind of did. And I made it all about the well-being and wellness of and the bond of the community and how to promote wellness in Kota Tinggi. The client, I removed the tourism association and just kept Think City because like it's based on the rejuvenation and community-driven initiatives and so on. And the project emphasis would be on the well-being of the community. So basically, I'm basically doing a gym and like somewhat like a gym. And because like our site is very close to a Chinese community as well as the mixed community, I chose to use Tai Chi. Oh, sorry, later. Yeah.
Do you realize that after that Chinese community, there's a Malay community in the Kampung Tembiu itself?
Sorry, what?
Do you realize that after the Chinese community, right beside our site, there is actually a Malay village?
Oh, nice. But like I chose like a different culture, race than Malay because Zao was choosing like something very Malay, and he asked me something else. So I chose Tai Chi because I'm actually very interested in Tai Chi, as well as it being like it could involve everyone, not just the Chinese community.
Okay.
So since it's like basically very close to a mixed community. Oh, so the Tai Chi is basically based on the Taoism, the religion of Taoism, and it's basically about balance and asymmetry, but balance and all that. And for the building program, I kept most of what I decided on after I fixed it a bit. So it's basically a gym, as I've said, but with an exhibition for the culture of the mix of martial arts of Tai Chi and Silat, like Malay Silat, like all the culture overall, with the gallery walkthrough and the offices, lobbies, and all that, as well as the workshops, like the gym itself, and training studios, workshop rooms, and so on. And I want the main focus to be the workshops and the recreation with the gym, swimming pool, and having organized and casual programming being both like the main focus. And I also have the cafe and like services and all that. So Tai Chi, it's very much based on Taoism, the the philosophy or religion, and it is based on yin and yang. So it's based on the delicate balance between yin and yang. So the building concept is based on a couple of concepts from the religion itself, and it's based on the transmigration of souls, where nothing is permanent ever, like not architecture, not the human being, nothing. So as well as the continuity of space, that it is also derived from the religion of Taoism. And the intermediate space, because like even though the Chinese architecture is always very heavy and set, it's also it also makes a conscious effort to allow the inner and outer spaces to interlocate and interrelate. And Chinese gardens are very important in that aspect as well. It gives a distinctive character with the flowers and the trees and so on. And yeah, since we're doing modular coordination, the like the individual spaces aren't always equal, but they all flow into each other. So I wanted to do that as well. So the concept, because it's based on Taoism and Tai Chi and all that. So the balance I wanted to be based on asymmetry, because like whenever I think of balance, I think of symmetry, but I know that Taoism is based on asymmetry. So that's why I want to balance asymmetry and not necessarily have a mirroring image of a building, but rather something very flowing and that reflects the character of Taoism and Tai Chi. And because I wanted to be inclusive, I'm not necessarily gonna choose to do something that that reflects the Chinese culture very much, but rather take the symbolism of the characteristics of Chinese architecture and incorporate it into a somewhat modern building that would be able to invite everyone and be welcoming and accessible to everyone. And yeah, thank you.
Okay, Nada, can you go back to your building program? Before that, the earlier one. Okay, so you want to do the subject of the cultural center that you want to bring in is about Tai Chi, and then you want to use that as a community engagement, and then I want to organize and the casual programming, and then when you talk about casual programming, where does it comes? Where does it come? The gymnasium? Is it from the Tai Chi itself? Gymnasium and Tai Chi it is about wellness, but it is doing solely a different medium and equipment. Tai Chi you don't need any other equipment except the music, and the rest is doing simple equipment sometimes for you to hold and so on. But gymnasium is a setup where you need to do all the weightlifting things, and it's very modern. It's very modern, and
Yes, that is true. Because like the first thing I thought of, like when I was actually thinking of the program, I was thinking of martial arts in general, and how like I'm personally very interested in Tai Chi and how it's something very beautiful and involves all age groups, but not everyone would be super interested in it as I am. So why not involve something else that doesn't really have to do with organized programming, but rather something casual? So like having a gym would help attract people and attract the community members as well. You know?
are you sure?
Yeah, I think so.
Based on your assumption, when we're doing things, you have a good subject about Tai Chi. You need to explore what else Tai Chi do.
For like
What
benefits.
yeah, how it benefits. Is there any, some sort of medication? When you talk about
Yeah. So many.
it's better to do about something like not just for the Tai Chi, and probably you can include in the acupuncture rather than placing a gymnasium in your building.
Because I also wanted to add a swimming pool and like a lot of casual programming that.
Yes, I know. Nada, when we talk about wellness, there is a lot of things in this world that related to the wellness. It includes food, dietary, and then a program, and then Tai Chi, not just Tai Chi, a lot of things. But you need to carefully choose a component of the wellness that you want to house in your building, so that it can become a very good, a beautiful program, a good storyline, rather than you put everything together with no good justification, with no relation towards one another. Then it becomes rojak. It's a mixture of a lot of things in one bowl.
Yeah.
Okay, like I said just now, a mixture of fruits when you eat with the selected, peanuts gravy. There's a Malaysian food we call as rojak. Have you tried rojak?
No, I don't think so.
Kenapa korang tak bawa dia pergi makan rojak? Alah. It is nice to eat, but when you have too many things in one pot for a program, it will become a disaster sometimes. So, and it leads to the failure of the building of the program.
Yeah, I understand. But like what I feel is having a very niche program like doesn't really attract anyone. Like I feel it would fail if it only had just
Look,
one.
Tai Chi is a program of wellness where it does not include a lot of equipment. So it's more leisure. So you should use leisure types of wellness, and then you should select a program or things, spaces that have the same language, where it's leisure, no equipment, that kind of thing. Gymnasium is for those, Not everybody loves to go to museum. It's those people, who like to build their body, nice with the six packs and so on. They love to go to gymnasium. You want to have a lean body and so on. But if you want to have, a place where people get engagement in the community, talk with each other and so on, gymnasium is not a good choice.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay, so it's very contradict with the things that you want to do. It's the gymnasium, when you put the gymnasium, it really distract me.
Yeah,
Because
I
it is
understand.
not the same language when you talk about wellness of the leisure. You have a leisure, relaxation, and then you can engage the community. That is fine. But why gymnasium? That is the thing. And then you need to category other than this Tai Chi. Tai Chi is the main program. But then you need to know, we know that Tai Chi involves a lot of generations. It's suitable for its children, adults, and even elderly. And then what are the things that Tai Chi can offer? The flexibility of Tai Chi you need to understand as well. So you need to study in depth about the Tai Chi itself. What is the possibility, how it evolves and so on, and then how you want to beautify that. And then does it need any other injection of the program or any other activities in your building?
Okay, I'm gonna look into that, inshallah. Because
Okay.
like I want to do, I don't want it to be just the one thing.
Yeah, so that's why. So it can be a wellness center, a wellness cultural center, and then probably you can try to find. It's not just about Tai Chi. Probably and other activities that related to wellness towards a certain community. For example, yoga. Yoga is actually come from Indian culture. Okay, and then what is it for the Malay that they do? Do Malay have any certain types of activities for the wellness?
Food.
Do they have that? You need to
don't
find out.
Okay.
If not, then what is the things that they do that can attract them as well?
I like to eat. I like to eat as well.
They do aerobics, a very lean aerobic, and then things like that, modernization. So it involves activities about the wellness that does not involve any equipment.
Right.
Okay, so that's mean the program must involve about it must involve all the activities that have the same direction, not the gymnasium that you need to have tools, not cycling. If not, going to be like you place a lot of things in your building, then there is no focus on what is the best thing about your building. What's the different, the things that you fight for.
Yeah, I understand. So swimming pools are okay as well, right? Because
You
like,
need to
it's not,
define why you need to that. You need to have why you need that.
so like add activities like
Yeah.
why it's there. Or,
Huh? Kenapa? Yelah. Okay. Okay, Nanda.
all right. Oh, good.
It's almost there. Sikit lagi. Almost there. Just need to try to find a few other things as an injection to your Tai Chi program that you want to enhance. Probably that will be probably in your building they're gonna be a very big plaza where you have the Tai Chi, every evening with all the with all the generations and so on. That is could be the things lah. But then before that, what is other things you need to do when you want to do the history and culture exhibition? What types of exhibition is that? Is it related to the Tai Chi?
Related to wellness in general, but yeah, because like I didn't have anything else in mind, so basically, yeah, related to Tai Chi for now.
Okay, so please dig into that.
Look into that. Yeah, inshallah.
Yeah. Okay. So I believe when you dig some information, do a little bit more research, you will have all the things in place.
Inshallah, will do. Thank you, AR.
All right, Nada. Tomorrow or later tonight. I'm not sure later tonight if I able to because I think I'm gonna pengsan after this. It's in the morning. Okay. And I will give the feedback and comments. Okay.
Okay.
Alright, thank you.
Sekarang pun dah rasa pancit sangat ni ya.
Dah nak guna.
Baring itu.
Okay, Aqilah. Sorry, I have to cut short your time so I can give you about 5 to 7 minutes. Okay, yes. Can you please speak louder?
Okay. So this is the list of negatives that will be included in my building program, but right now I think there's too many of them. Or it's okay.
Okay.
Is it too many or not?
Okay, you are on the right track.
Okay.
Okay, when you talk about the indoor games, you're doing the traditional games. The traditional games are indoor and outdoor. So you need to categorize the indoor and outdoor. Like Galah Panjang is an outdoor. So you want to, and Balin Selipar is normally played at outdoor. So with all the traditional games that you have listed, can you please be quiet? So with all the things that you have listed, sorry, amarah anak I for you. Okay, so with all the things, with all the traditional games that you have listed out right now, can you please categorize them? Which one that will be played for the indoor? Like kaki hatu tu macam outdoor kan? Don't play that in the hall.
From here, as you can see, children are playing the negative and they're also adult, or the older generation also having fun participate in the game because my target user are the locals and the tourists of all ages. So this is the list of my reading programs. There's a game park for the outdoor traditional games, and the gallery for the exhibition. The workshop and the market hall is for the indoor traditional games, and the treatment room is for that if they have injuries while playing the games. And for the cafe, I planning to do a game cafe which I will provide like for like the Dam Haji and the Cholet Lidi, and so they can also playing while at the cafe. These are the list, but it's still roughly, so I just keep that. So my concept is biophilic. It's revolutionary design trend that focuses on human connection between nature and the environment. It's because one of the side issues is that it's the Sungai Johor is lack of appreciation for Sungai Johor. So with the biophilic design, it creates access to nature, which to improve quality of life, reconnecting human with nature. It's also provide the user ways to reduce and release waste, which create healthier environment. If we're playing games, it's also can reduce with the the system also allows the user to connect to local community and form bonds It brings people together and stimulate interaction between people. As there have been a face-to-face community playing games also.
Aqilah, may I ask you, in the first place, why do you choose biofeeding as your concept?
Because it have connection between community, nature, and also culture heritage. I want to connect them.
Okay.
So it reflects the aspect from the user, the culture heritage, which is traditional game, and connect more people to the nature and appreciate Sungai Johor. So this is prejudice study, but already presented last week. I also have one more. Oh, yeah. Factory in the forest in Malaysia. It has a canopy supported by a forest of columns, creates unity to office and courtyard. And the site conceived as a forest that penetrates and surrounds and steps over the building, creating max contrast with nature and greens. They also have their parking lots here, which on the ground floor under their building, and the green courtyard spread office and factory. The factory has view to landscape and the sky condition to full height, glacier and glazing. The freestanding of firm concrete fins and roof louvers protect from the sun. This is the interiors of the factory, and they're having a chill water flow slab cooling, and also having a plant to reduce dependency and artificial lighting. I think that's all for me.
Okay, Aqilah. Aqilah, I do have no problem with the subject or the traditional games that I've mentioned last week. Okay, things and so on. It's just that I don't understand how you connect your subject or the content of the building with the biophilic design, the biophilic philosophy. You are doing things with the traditional games, and then most of the traditional games that you have listed out that involves mostly traditional games, it is played indoor. And then how you want to connect the nature with that and using the biophilic? It's not just we just take things, you know, just what we desire and so on. Before we choose a concept, you need to understand and have a better research about the games, the traditional games itself. Because like what I have mentioned earlier, when you deep inside, when you do a good research, the findings will be the concept of your design approach. Actually, it's not just picking up things, because I don't see the relation between the biophilics and the traditional games that you have listed out just now, except for some of the things that for the outdoor, but that is not the crucial part. Like congkak itself, batu seremban, cipir, and other things, sepak yem and all those things is no longer being played nowadays compared to the previous day. During my time, we play a lot of that. But most people, most youngsters nowadays tidak mengambil berat lah all those things. Trying to, you know, stick on the phone even for the kids. So we know that Malaysia itself is a very hot weather where some of the things like guli, you know, try to have something like change things from the outdoor into indoor where it's a hub that can, it's like going to a theme park of the traditional games itself. It's like bringing your kids to Kidzania and then they can choose, you know, being somebody, earn something, so that when they come to your building, it's like a traditional theme park. But all those things is happen indoor, and that's why I don't see the biophilic as a good connection with the subject.
Okay. Sorry.
Sebab there's a lot of things yang you boleh buat, yang you boleh cari dalam traditional games sebagai konsep. For example, the ketintik itself can be the concept. It's a box. It's a concept of a box where you move from one box to another box. So you will experience one thing from another thing. Or you want to use, what is other games that you have in here other than this? Congkak, you can use congkak as part of the concept, or gasing.
Okay.
Okay, when you go to Legoland, Legoland, what is dia punya concept of the Legoland itself? They are using Lego. Dia guna tak konsep lain?
Tak.
That's the thing.
Okay.
You want to invite people to come to your place where you offer traditional games, but you don't want to, you didn't use that as a subject, as the main thing to attract them. It's not part of the concept. So bagaimana you nak mencapai kejayaan dalam UB building tu? That is very important as an architect, as a designer. That's why kita kena buat homework, kita kena buat study, kena buat research. And then the things and subject yang kita pilih itu perlu reflect back towards the building and so on. It becomes a concept, apa semua tu. Dia mesti ada relation. So that will help to, you know, attract people. Dia mesti ada ciri-ciri, because we are talking about culture kan, cultural center. Dia mesti ada ciri-ciri budaya tu dalam bangunan tu. Kalau you tak portray that dalam bangunan tu, how you want to attract people? Okay? Boleh Aqilah?
InsyaAllah.
Okay, alright. Okay. I think that's all. Kena betulkan lah Aqilah based on what I have commented, and then most of you actually, I think I found that you are still all of you still at the same level. I mean, don't really get the things behind it about why it is important for us to do this, the research behind it. Remember, Dr. Mahmud did ask you about your action plan, what you are going to do with all the cultural and social study that you have carried out as a big group for the macro study and so on. That is the things that we want to see, how you communicate, how you bring the social culture issue, the cultural issue, historical issue in your building, and how you turn that into a beautiful design. Okay, I hope that everyone is clear. I really hope that everyone will improve together, and then waiting to see better things this coming Thursday. Boleh?
Boleh.
Okay. So before we end, Is there any other things that you want to ask or clarify with me? Ataupun ada benda nak cakap kawan-kawan ke pesanan terakhir? Janganlah terakhir. Pesanan untuk hari ni lah. Ada?
Siapa?
Anybody lah. Pada siapa-siapa lah. It's open.
Rasa semua dah tidur.
Semua dah tidur, dah penat. Ya. So tinggal Farah dengan ni je lah, Izzah je lah. Yang lain semua dia open, on tapi dia dah tidur. Duduk kat tepi. Okay lah. I think that's all ya. I hope you understand apa yang saya masukkan. I think that's all. Nanti kita jumpa. Farah, nanti once you are done with the recording, can you please give the link to me untuk I tengok. And same goes to Izzal, ya?
Yes, sure.
Okay, alright. I think that's all. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, AR, for your time.
Welcome.